It's whatever, baby. You know. It's whatever, baby. You know. It's whatever, baby. It's whatever.
Welcome back to another episode of Whatever by Hektek by yours truly, me. I'm not going to say my name because at this point in season 3, you should know who I am, and I'm not going to keep reintroducing myself. No, that sounds rude, but it's whatever. All right. So remember, if you like this channel, you like everything that I have going on, go ahead, like, subscribe, turn on notification bells, all that stuff. Go to YouTube and type in HD Nation. With HD Nation, you'll be able to not only see this show, but you'll also see my other show, Beyond Pixels, where I talk about different stuff. Recently, I just did a review on an album, so go over there and check it out. It'll be at the end credits, so you'll see it. All right. So I'm joined by a lovely lady that I've been trying to have on for a while. I tried to get her on for season 2. We couldn't get her on at that time, but now we got her. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring her in and let her, introduce herself.
Hello.
Hello. All right. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the many people that's out there.
It is motherfucking Wild Child Tayy. Two Y's, please.
Two Y's. I found that out. Two Y's.
Tayy. Wild Child motherfucking Tayy.
Okay. So how did you get that name?
It's self-proclaimed. But honestly, when you meet me or interact with me, you see why. You'll find out about it by the end of this interview.
Okay. See, I'm not one of those people that's scared of all of that.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
I run towards danger, not away from it.
Oh, you like to play with fire.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. What inspired you to get into this industry, this wild, wild west of an industry that we're in now?
Honestly, I recently said it before because it's so natural for me. I don't even have to pretend to be sexy. I just wake up and there it is. And there it is. Wake up, roll out, put a little water on my face. So it's just too easy to not infiltrate. And I've kind of always been a wild girl. I've always done a lot of things that a lot of people wouldn't do. So why not check one more off?
Okay. All right. I know that you were recently only doing girl and fetish, and now you're broadening your horizons. What brought that on? Like, why did you now want to start broadening your horizons from where you used to start off at?
I honestly wasn't opposed to it from the beginning, but my old partner was. So now that I have released myself from that said partner, I can now explore everything and do everything I want to do, which is everything.
Okay. So you bring up a good point. And like you asked me, what's the question going to be? I really don't know till I have some stuff that I'm gonna ask you, right?
Right.
But I really don't know what I'm gonna really ask you till we get into this conversation because I like to have like real conversations, right?
Right. Absolutely.
For a lot of the newer people coming into it that have said partners, what would be your advice to them based off of your current situation?
I mean, honestly, I felt like I did what was right? I respected the wishes even though my desires was more. Right? Because I didn't want to make my partner uncomfortable, even though this whole thing was kind of his idea. Right? So it was just like, all right, I'm with it. If you're with it, I'm game as far as you want to go, but just very clear communication and being understanding of each other.
Did
Because
you know you were supposed to be on last season?
no, on what? On this? No.
I figured. I figured. But yeah, y'all were supposed to be on this, and the day came, and I sent the link, and
I never knew nothing about it because I'm very adamant about it. You see, we made contact earlier, like, and I
yeah,
double checked with my manager. She said confirm it, like, you know, with Miss
yeah,
Mocha, double checked with her.
yeah.
I am not. I'm very big on standing on business. So no, I did not know about that. But that is
Yeah.
part of why I had to separate myself.
No, and you're not the first person that had a partner that orchestrated or navigated or managed or whatever term people want to use nowadays. That I've literally had someone, I thought it was her that I was DMing. We've having this whole long conversation. So I end up seeing her and I'm like, hey, I can't wait to work with you. And she looked at me like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of that. So even for me being a producer and being talent and all that, I am a little leery when I jump in a woman's DM because I never, especially if I know she has a partner, because I just never know. And
Right.
I don't come off crazy, but still, I've seen partners block either blessings or moves or money, because yeah. I've seen it numerous times. So, and it's crazy because you're not the first person, and you're probably not going to be the last that had no idea that there was something supposed to happen that didn't happen.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
nah, it is, but I
We
figured. So
would
how
have
did you?
showed up if I knew.
Huh?
We would have showed up if I knew.
I believe. Well, I believe it. It's
Spicy
the
world.
question that was asked was kind of weird when it was asked after we confirmed. And from that, I was kind of like, this shit ain't gonna happen because it was weird. It was a weird question. Um, so I
Uh,
was like, all right, but I showed up when I needed to show up, and I sent the link, and there was no response. I reached out, no response. So I was like, all right, I go watch anime. Like I'm good regardless, type shit. So I went on about my life and did whatever, and still no hard feelings. Like it is what it is at that point. What's some of the biggest challenges have you faced since getting into this industry, or you know?
said partner. Everything else is easy.
Okay.
Honestly, so like we kind of took a break, right? And it was
Yeah.
because I seen that he really couldn't handle it. We had went to Exotica, I want to say 2023 in New
Hmm.
Jersey as like fans. We went and didn't even have an exhibitor badge. So
I think that was my last year going.
I had to light up butt plug in.
There was a lot of light up blood. You know what I mean? You gotta be more specific.
So okay, I took so did you have VIP? Did you go to the dungeon?
Yeah, of course. I don't normally go to the dungeon every time because to me it's kind of lame.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't go. I was mostly so I was mostly shooting. If I wasn't shooting and I had some time, then I'll go on the floor.
Uh-huh.
But conventions to me are like whatever now. So it's not
I mean,
oh
you
my God, I need to go to the only night that you will for sure see me is Friday nights. Friday nights to me is lit, right?
yeah,
Because
ladies' night.
yeah, it's well, not even so much that, but it's also you get to see your friends that you haven't seen in a minute, blah 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 blah. You get to catch up, and it's possibly the littest night that it's going to be.
Right.
So I normally go to that. But as I am now, or as I stand now, most conventions won't even see my face.
Right, absolutely. So
Yeah.
new face that it
Yeah.
needs to be seen, right?
Yeah.
So we go and like not even inside 20 minutes and his face just did. I've been with him for a long time. We were
Mm-hmm.
going to celebrate 13 years, but obviously we're not. But his face did this turn and I couldn't go forward anymore. It was like, you don't really want to do this, even though you keep saying you want to. I even said, we can X me out, right? Because this is your dream and you can do with other partners, like, and he didn't want that either. It's like, bro, you don't know what you want. So that has been my biggest challenge because I was operating with someone who doesn't know what they want or what's okay, and then you renege, and now, like, and now we're arguing, and now the mood's off, like everything. We literally needed two real films in order to get our plaque from Pornhub. 3.8 million views just sitting there, almost 10,000 subscribers. We deserve a plaque, and the only reason we can't get it is because we don't have professional content, right? Pay for the photographer, set it up multiple times, failed every time.
When you say failed, like y'all just didn't show up,
Yeah,
or like,
porn.
so that's a big thing because I do have a lot of guys sometimes that jump in the DMs and be like, "Oh man, I could fuck for hours and I could do this and I could do that." And what people don't realize, it's a difference between filming with your partner by yourself.
It is.
Then you could be as wild as, but as soon as there's a camera over your back or in your face, or trying to get it, hey bro, you gotta open up because we need to see your dick in the pussy. Like as soon as commands start happening,
There's
it's
no more.
over. And I mean, it happens for pros too. Like I
Yeah.
don't want people to think that pros are out here,
No.
all the time, just hard and ready. And no, it's it's a process. It's a process, and most people can't handle it. Most people can't handle it. Okay, since we're on the relationship thing,
Got to be. I mean, you kind of asked,
yeah.
and that's honestly what it was. My relationship status is why I didn't do a lot of things. So, but go ahead.
Um, would you, if you was to do it over again,
Mm-hmm.
would you sacrifice who you are now for the relationship, knowing what it was going to be, or would you have kept down the same path that you're at now?
So, because I chose the path that I'm at now, it would still be that. Honestly, respectfully, because that wasn't one of the only things, to end our relationship. There was way more, but that was like our last bit of fire. If that,
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
that's why he didn't want to do it with other people because he felt like that was something, So honestly, I would probably still choose the same path to be
Okay.
separated from that person and to move forward as myself.
Gotcha. All right. So we'll get off that and focus on you
Okay.
specifically.
I mean,
So,
that's my story, respectfully, right? Everybody
yeah,
wants
yeah.
to understand you only seen me with this person. So now it's like, wow, she's doing other stuff. So
I'm not going to hold you. I've been after you for a minute.
then that's why we didn't do that podcast interview the
That's
last. There it is. That's
but
why.
which is crazier because he approached me. I didn't approach him.
Yeah, it was all cool until you showed interest.
Oh.
And see, he didn't even, this is how uneducated and vanilla he was. He'll be on Twitter sharing like a picture of me and then hashtag hot wife. Third, you know what that means? You let your wife get fucked. He's like, no, look it up. And then you wonder why niggas sliding in your DMs asking, so do you wife swap? Do you do this and that? It's because you're opening the door to the people that are educated to terminology.
I do feel that there are a lot of influx of people now that are just throwing terms all over the place because they heard it on a podcast, they heard, in spaces, they heard their friends say it, and they absolutely don't know
What the fuck?
anything of what it means.
Right.
Like when people say collab and then be like pay collab and that, wait. You're intermingle and interchanging terms now. That's not, you know what I mean? So do you feel like the adult industry has shaped you even more, or this is just all you to begin with?
I was going to cut you off, but that would have been rude. I was trying to see if there was a second part because I'm about to say this is me all day, every day, 24/7. Like even before the porn, like I have always been the wilder person. I have always been wild sexually, adventurously, dressing, personality, all of that. I always like to do everything that nobody else does. So the industry just makes it more because now I get to add something else. Where I live, right? Random boring city, and I'm a whole porn star. And they be like, and I'm walking down the grocery store like,
Right.
and they're just like, yeah, porn stars are regular people. So honestly, that's probably why I'm doing it, to showcase that we're regular people.
No, and that's why even this episode's not going to be porn. It's just the entry, the
That's a part of
the
me.
get to know you part.
Yeah.
Where do you think that your career is going to take you, or what are you looking to get out of it?
I really want to be like famous and wealthy.
Famous or infamous?
You would have to explain the other term to me.
Okay.
So if you can educate me so I can make my choice.
So for me, fame is fickle, right? Like 15 minutes of fame. Like you're here today and you're gone tomorrow. Being infamous is like, no, when people talk about the OGs in the game, they always reference these group of people.
Okay.
And they will always be that.
So why are you going to ask me?
Huh?
You know which one I want.
I do know which one you want.
Exactly. That's why you educated me, because you know I want to be, say it again.
Infamous.
Yeah. That's the one. I mean, I kind of am like that naturally. If, like I said, if you interact with me or meet me, you're going to remember me forever, most likely, especially if you get an in-person interaction, because genuinely, pretty girls as myself aren't funny, supposedly. We're stuck up, and then you run across me and I'm like, what's up, bro? And I dap you up and you're like,
I don't know if I like you dapping me up though.
I change how I feel the interaction should be.
Okay.
So I find myself to suit, certain. I'm a chameleon.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, I've lived in multiple places. In my whole little 34 years of life, I've lived in like 5 different places. So, yeah.
I got you. So
Chameleon.
the beat infamous. So what do you think is going to take you to that place?
I'm
I see And not to hold you, what really struck me before the content was I already saw that you were modeling because you jumped in my DM and we were talking about doing the shoot and all that. And I was looking at your modeling because it goes back to the terms. Everyone now is calling themselves whatever without having the cachet to prove that they are whatever. So I saw a couple different looks that you had, and I was like, I like that. You know what I mean? Like that's someone who, confidence and someone who's secure within themselves is ultimately one of the sexiest qualities a woman can have. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Um, So seeing that, I was like, okay, yeah. As soon as he was like, yo, I want to, woo to woo, I was like, bet, let's run it. Um, I was in the process of moving at the time, so my life was like all over the place. But yeah, I mean, I saw that before I saw anything else.
Right.
You know?
I definitely have a few looks. I'm always camera ready. That's why when you said he was like, take a freshen up, it was like, for what? I'm gonna keep this same face on. I pinky swear. I ain't gonna pat nothing. But yeah, I come in all flavors for sure.
Which
I,
is good because you have to, especially in this industry, you have to kind of you don't have to cater to everybody, right? I don't want to use that term, but you have to be able to know what kind of rooms and how you need to act and how you need to move in different types of environments. And some people don't. Some people, like you said, you're a chameleon. Some people just, no, I'm gonna be who I am 100%. And then when they don't get the opportunities or the jobs or whatever, they be like, well, it's everybody else's fault. And it's like, not really.
yeah, the only thing is, like, say a producer wanted to shoot with me, you cannot expect me to cut off my body hair.
Okay.
But if you're like, Tay, I want you to wear this and pull your ass out outside, I'm game. Like,
Okay.
we can do whatever. But like,
Yeah.
to have me change who I am is where
You
that,
draw the line.
yeah. Somebody told me, what's the wax lady? What's her name? Ashley? Ashley, I think.
Oh.
Let me find her Twitter. So she does porn, obviously. She's the one who waxes coochies and then eats them. Like that's
Okay, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
we had an interaction in Chicago, and I told her, I said, yeah, you wouldn't like me. She said, why? I said, because I have a hairy coochie. And she said, well, you would have to cut that off. No, the fuck I won't.
Right?
I said, my coochie hair has fans. Why would I cut? I'll lose my fans
Yeah.
that like my coochie hair. No, no. But
Hey, I mean, I dig it. What's for you is what's for you, and what's not is not. Um, so I know because of the situation, you're almost kind of having to do a whole rebrand. How's that been for you?
I mean, honestly, it's much easier because I can decide and do whatever I want. Right.
Okay.
So I did just recently drop a couple little POVs because I am a polyamorous lover. Um,
Mhm.
so I've been having fun, obviously. Those aren't even dudes who want to be P stars. And I honestly feel like those are the best kind, right? Because they don't care.
Right.
They're not worried about it, right?
Yeah.
So honestly, it's much easier because now I can decide what I want to do with who I want to do it with, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, how often I want to do it. So,
Right.
I just haven't put my teeth in yet because I had to have some personal. You just said you were moving and stuff, right? So
Yeah.
obviously, when you break up with a partner, and not only my partner, that was my husband. I had to move. I had to get the kids, and there's a lot of stuff that happened. So I ain't even fully rebranded yet. This is just a
Okay.
little sample here.
Okay. So, like, what would you say then your full rebrand would look like?
More. more adventurous things, more things that isn't normal, I would say. Like, but there is a normal because everybody's doing it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. Because I'm so wild and spontaneous that there's no true description to describe what the rebrand would look like. I would get
Okay.
to actually be Wild Child Tayy. So today I might want to peg somebody. All right, cool. Tomorrow I might want to eat 3 coochies in a line. All right, cool. Like, So
Yeah.
there's no cap to it.
Okay. I
I
get it.
I am
And you're only been in the industry how long?
not even so if we're doing numbers, technically 2017. That is when Pornhub account was approved, right?
Okay.
And we popped off. We got to 1 million views fast because where we live, I'm a popular hairstylist.
Mm-hmm.
So mofos was able to once they got a taste of it, it went up fast. But
Mm-hmm.
there's no true capitalization. There's no true guidance. There's no true look behind it. We was just doing the amateur thing, right?
Right.
So when I tried to get us to start having a look, a brand, shooting more professional look, it was like it was like resistant. Like I had to set up everything, do everything, come up with everything. But I'm also the one who's working all day. And then I do all of this for you not to post it. There's so much hidden content. Like we could have been infamous already,
Mhm.
but motherfuckers was holding back. So that's the rebrand. No hold back.
Okay. So by looking at your page, I have seen a shift.
Hmm.
How do you keep your style provocative yet authentic to you? Like, how do you feel like you throw the bait out?
Be myself. That's it.
Okay.
So it's not a persona. It's not a aura. It's not okay. Be Wild Child Tayy right now. I'm Wild Child Tayy 24/7. My poor kids. Ah, my oldest. We went to the store and I was about to twerk, and then I was like, "Oh darn it!" And my friend was like, "Your son is with us, of course." And he's like, "I know my mom," and it's like, that's how bad it is. I am twerking, farting, burping, laughing, being sexy all day, every day. The only time you might not catch me sexy for real is if I'm doing hair, and that's because I don't like hair all over my legs and stuff. But I've been trying to be better at that too. So
Okay.
it's not an act. It's not something I got to turn on.
It is you. I got you.
All the way down to the shoes I pick. I'm very particular on how I look and present myself at all times.
So modeling style, how do you pick who you want to work with as far as that goes?
Honestly, I haven't been picking. Um, like once you send, so you're saying models as in other talent or me as in modeling?
You as a model.
Okay, so honestly, I am a delectable taste. So I don't pick. You have to pick me. You have to come and show me interest in order for me to understand that that's what you want. You know,
Okay.
just like recently I lost my Facebook and I had like 10,000 friends and followers and stuff. This one only has like almost two. And it's because, again, I'm a delectable taste. I didn't follow people. You got to follow me because I don't know. You might not like what I say. You might not like how I look. And I'm not good at rejection. I am big on knock all this shit over.
Damn, like that?
I've done it.
So if you shot your shot and you got rejected, it's over.
Yeah, I'm going to be uninterested in everything you do.
What's your sign?
Yes, that's more fun.
I want to say
Ooh, that's funny. No, I
okay.
am the sister sign to the Gemini. If you know
Oh,
your zodiacs, you know.
not to that extent. No.
Okay, I'm Aquarius.
Okay. Okay.
I'm an air sign.
Okay. I'm a Earth sign. I know that much, but yeah.
What's your sign?
I'm a Virgo.
Ew.
That's what we normally get.
Yeah, Virgos are annoying. But anywho,
Yeah, that's what. I don't know.
I don't know. Aquarius is like almost the most hated sign because we're very nonchalant. Ask somebody
Just
who,
say Virgo. Ooh, so I mean, I've heard more of that than Aquarius.
because you're a Virgo, of course, you're going to hear that more, right? But I like see statuses about Aquarius is like scrolling 24/7.
So, how do you balance doing hair with adult? Like, how do you balance that life? Because,
Um,
like you said, you kind of tone down when you're doing hair in a sense. You still you, but so
um,
how do you balance that?
Honestly, I mean, when I'm doing hair, I'm kind of locked in on that because some hairstyles take 12 fucking hours. I don't got time to be fucking playing and being cute and prancing around. I got shit to do. But like if I know it's gonna be, how would I say this? So like if I have an easy day, right? I can be more sexy looking. But honestly, I don't care to mix the two. So, but I'm always, my mouth is my mouth. I'm gonna talk and say and but I also allow that client that might be in my chair to open the door for that. I've been doing hair again since like 2017. I have a lot of the same clients who have now grown to know exactly who the fuck chair they're sitting in, to the point where like they're encouraging. They're so excited for this chapter. They're like, fuck
Okay,
it. So I balance it really good because there's people who are rooting for me from both sides.
gotcha,
Um,
gotcha.
and at first, they used to be like, oh, you go to the girl who does porn. She probably plays with her pussy. So you don't play with yours before you go to work?
Yeah, I never understood.
Before you go to your bank job, you don't flick the bean ever?
Some do it on the way there. Some do it while they're there. It's I now I
You're
do
just mad at I
understand.
recorded it.
Right, I do understand that for some of us, the industry has now turned into let's be the most outrageous and let's do the most not even creative. I'm just being outrageous just for the sake of being outrageous so I could get the viral looks or whatever.
Right.
So we're more in people's faces now than we ever been before. Like
Right.
porn's been around since
Got
forever, right?
yeah, probably
It's
have
now we're like,
this.
right, you're right. So I could get it to a point where people are like, all right, we get it. You like to fuck on camera. Cool. What else? So even with this show, like it started off more porn based because that's where I'm at. To now where I'm at now is where I'm trying to pivot it a little bit more so it's not so porn focused, porn heavy, unless I have someone who's in the industry, of course, because that's just kind of what it's going to be.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about.
Right. Um, how did you choose your management?
Um, so said partner brung her to the table.
Okay.
Brung her to the table. We worked together and like started in maybe 2022. Um, and then like did all the way through 23. No, actually we probably started at the beginning of 23, maybe end of 22 with her. And it was his idea. to bring her on board and help us crisp up, right? And so obviously a lot more of the opportunities are for who?
Right. Yeah.
You.
People aren't running down unless you're like a very stellar male performer or something.
You're literally a penis in the camera. That's it.
Yeah.
You're a prop. And he wanted to.
Especially when people know said talent is your partner, then yeah, 100%. I mean, that's how we look at him.
You're a prop.
Bro, you just like that's just your girl. Like, cool.
Right. So, that kind of again unfolded this part of life where I was realizing he's not really a partner. You see what I'm saying? Because he even messed that up. We actually went our separate ways for a good year. I just recently, when I first popped out at the beginning of the year, I just recently got back with her because she did not have no work for me. She just, he wasn't marketable in a way, honestly. He had like one said look, a rock star, right? Me, I got 10,000 looks, 10,000 personalities. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you can tell, you can ask her for a fact. Like, I was like, yo, who's that? Who is that?
And so she got a lot of that. So she didn't want to separate from me, but she had to separate from us. You see what I'm saying? And so I respected that because I could see like we wasn't getting those gigs because once it came across the table to said partner like, you know, he turned it down everything. And then we still looking at the same shit that we was looking at before.
Right. And it's unfortunate because
she's awesome.
Either you need to know how to play. Like, I miss the boyfriends and the husbands of the past because they used to just, you didn't even know. They'd be in the corner somewhere and you'd be talking to a girl and she'd be like, oh, let me introduce you to my husband or my partner. And then they would bring him over and you'd be like, oh, he's been standing here this whole fucking time, hasn't said a peep, hasn't interrupted, hasn't looked at me weird, hasn't done none of it. 100%.
They saw the bigger picture, even though my said partner was literally chasing the bigger picture, but you ain't like how it was being painted. It's like you could have got what you wanted if you would have let me get to where I was going.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? If the stardom door is open for me and I walk through it, I'm automatically pulling you behind me. Period. You're coming with me.
Yeah. We're going to put a pin in this and we're going to take a little break so you can go ahead and freshen up and
to eat.
All right. So we're going to hear from words from our sponsor. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. And today's sponsor is Motivate Image. Go to Motivate Image on Instagram at Motivate Image. That's MOTIVA Image on Instagram, also TikTok, or you can find everything that they have going on at Linktree/Motivate Image. They predominantly do boudoir. However, they also do silhouette, bodyscape, fashion. Go ahead, go to Linktree/Motivate Image and book with them today. We're back with the Wild Child Tayy with 2 Y's. We are back hearing her talk her shit. And I mean, I'm not even gonna hold you. You've probably been one of the most candid interviews that I had. You're probably one of 3 candid ones that I really was like, oh shit, I didn't, like, tell me more type deal. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you being
in layers.
An open vessel for me.
Okay.
All right. We're going to dig a little deeper into when did you, okay. So I know you're starting into, another reason why I started looking at your content Another reason I started looking at your content was because you are also fetish based,
Oh
which
yes,
I like. Like, so that award over there is from a whole fetish convention. You see what I'm saying? So that really like, okay, cool. I because even if a person does hardcore, for some reason they forget that there's many different fetishes out there that they can also tap into. So, what's some of your favorite fetishes? What's some stuff that you like? What's some stuff you don't like?
I
This is
like
a by the way, so go ahead and
I like farting. I like making fart content. I literally woke up the other day and decided to go viral on Facebook. You want to see it?
no.
You're gonna, or you're gonna hear. How about that? How about that? Literally, and so many people are mad about this because again, I told you I'm a real person, so I go outside, right?
Yeah.
Literally, I posted that. I went outside, like went to the bar. They're like, "Why the fuck would you do that?" Because I can.
Yeah.
So
Couldn't hear it, but that's great for me. So,
fetish wise, I'm open to all fetishes. Honestly, I'm an exhibitionist, so I will
okay.
try once at least. If I like it, maybe more. I'll add it to my Rolodex of arsenal. I'm really into spanking. Um, I
You
like to
being spanked or you doing the
both,
spanking?
both, both. I'm a big switch on that one. Um,
Okay.
if you want to get spanked, we can do it. I definitely enjoy being spanked. That's cool. I'm a rope bunny, so what? Tying, roping. What would that fetish really be considered? Like
Mhm.
I'm still going down a rabbit hole. I'm still learning myself and being educated along the way. So that's why you laughing at me for going to the dungeon, but I want to go so I can learn something.
No, I mean I like it's just it's in
You
the
are.
big scope of things, it's not like a real dungeon.
I understand. I understand. But you know, um, I just recently did. Miss Mocha had me doing like a balloon one.
That's one that I don't get it. I don't understand it,
It's
but it's not
it's
meant for me to understand.
it's part of the ASMR community. So people
Okay.
so people who like hearing people chew or hearing people the balloon sound
And the popping and yeah.
and the smushing and just the latexy sound is something
Yeah.
that so that's more of like a sensory kink, I would say. I don't know. I'm still being educated. I am a baby in this industry. I am a
No,
young.
I'm not gonna hold you like
I,
people when I got in here, I was like, it's a moment where you get overwhelmed because like what you thought you knew is literally like not even 25% of what's out there. You know what I mean?
well,
So
no,
just knowing that, you're like, whoa, there's so much more. Like, case in point, my dry humping series, it started by an accident.
dry humping
It
is
it was started by an accident. It was me and this fetish girl. She didn't do any real boy girl stuff. Her max was hand jobs. And so she dry humped me and then, she did a face sitting and jerked me off. And I was like, okay. And then I did another one, and I was like, maybe I have something here. And then, you go in there, you tinker it a little bit. Then I made it what it is today. So I get that. I get not necessarily putting yourself in a box and trying to be open for a lot of different things. Especially if it's something that you're like, that wasn't that bad.
right. So, I mean, Mocha had me do a kink test to see.
Oh, the BDSM test?
Yes, and then I was an exhibitionist. So
Okay.
that's just naturally how I'm set up. I'm like, that looks interesting. Let's try
Right.
it.
Yeah.
And that's with life. I try food like that. I am literally an exhibitionist all the way around. All the way. All the way. I'll try it once to a certain extent. Certain extent.
So, what would you say? And I get it, right? That you're in the midst of getting yourself back into how you need to get or where you see yourself getting. But how do you come up with um the creative process you come up with when you develop your content or when you see something that you be like, oh, I want to try this?
Um, shit. It's a good question.
Ah, yeah.
Because it's like, okay, I don't know. Did you see my dick up idea? It was on Instagram. I have deleted it because I deleted everything, right?
Okay.
But I came up with this, and I wanted it to be like a 3-part series, right? Like, but I only got one part. So, pretty much, kidnapped the nigga for his dick, right? Like full fledged, run up on the side of the car. I had a little plastic gun. I had a mask on, leather with like a freaking blade jacket on. It was so fire. It was rooftop and everything, because that's where we
Yeah.
put the car. And my thought process was, all right, kidnapped him, drove off, take him to the crib. And I had this toy. I don't have it no more. I actually ended up losing it. But it was a brass knuckle dildo. And so this was going to be like his escape plan. You see what I'm saying?
What
Like,
you fucking the brass knuckle dildo?
yeah, like to like come up out the tub on some, because my thought process was like, all right, masturbate over him, squirt all on him type stuff, right? And then his escape tool is this fucking dildo. And it was just gonna keep going, right? Just keep
So
going.
you're gonna recapture him again and then keep doing it over and over?
So it was gonna be he escapes, right? And we were gonna go to this girl's apartment who actually lived there. So we are gonna use her apartment and have her act like she's coming home, and then like she helped me like get him back type shit. I just kind of I'm very creative in problem solving. So when we come up with the idea of what we're looking for, I can create a script all the way down
Okay.
to, I don't know how, I don't know why, but I just can.
Okay. That's dope.
I have a very good imagination, I would say. That must be what it is. Just like I recently did that Girl on Girl in Chicago with
Okay.
Magic Production. That whole,
Yes, I saw
that
that.
you see that acting, all
I
of
didn't
that,
see that. I didn't see the whole thing.
right? But
Um,
the beginning part of it, like that's just me being Wild Child Tayy. He told me, okay, we're gonna act like um something. It was weak. I was like, okay, let's do this. Like, let's act like I'm doing this, and we'll go from there. And they said I was the most natural first time person ever. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It was fun. I had a great time. And I don't know. I came up with the script. So
that's listen. Kudos to you because
even, even,
sometimes
even
I'll tell
with
someone,
Mistress Polly,
I'll tell someone, hey, this is the scene. You know, I could work off of you. Whatever you say, I could. And I'm talking about not even like newbies. I'm talking about even people that's been in for a while, and they be like, "Well, what am I supposed to do?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What you're supposed to do? Like, I laid it out for you. Let's improv because that's going to be better than
scripted.
right."
I'm so good at, oh no, I've always got out of trouble. So maybe that is what it is. Hmm, I'm very deceptive in a way. So I can sell the idea. That's where that chameleon comes into play, right? I can put on many hats, many energies. I even have different accents on
Give me
accent. I can't give it to you because they go off my moods.
okay.
So if I ever sound like Miss Mocha, you talked to her like you've heard her voice, right? If I ever sound like her, I am not in a good mood.
Okay.
Period. That means I am.
Okay.
If I sound like I'm from Baltimore,
Yeah.
I am upset.
You. All right. I know you explained why your collabs are the way they are. Um, what do you look for when you're looking at doing a collab?
So like if say somebody hit me up and they were like, let's do a collab, like I'm gonna click your page, I'm gonna scroll down, look at the product, obviously. I'm gonna look at your followers. I'm gonna look at what you're trying to do. Like, are you and I'm running into this a lot because I'm newer, obviously. Um, are you just a nigga who trying to record himself on camera? Are you just a nigga who want to post his dick on Twitter? So I'm looking for people who are actual talent. Like, respectfully, I worked with Mr. Harry. He was supposed to do an actual scene, but Diosa didn't make it in time, right? So he met me. He was very respectful, about the change. And that video is doing good. That,
Okay.
that masturbation massage video,
Yeah.
with no penetration, that is doing good. But that's the type of person I want to work with. A person who can be respectful of what's going on. And even though he was promised a penetration scene, you know what I'm saying? He had to leave and it wasn't less than because it was great. I look at those views all the time. Those are hella views. So that is what I look at. Are you really a entertainer? Are you just a weirdo? Like, straight like that.
Yeah.
I much rather work with productions, right? Because those are more than likely going to be paid opportunities. I am not in the game for free. I am in the game to make money and make this a way of life in a way. Because I'm not going to leave my hair salon. I'm my own boss. I can do both.
Right. Right.
So
That's
that's how.
dope.
Are you a regular ass nigga trying to post your dick on Twitter, or are you an actual talent? That's what I look for.
And what's a clear sign of what distinguishes the two?
A motherfucker
Because
that's
you know there's a lot of tricks now turned talent.
yeah, I'm sure. But I can tell by your page, by your followers, by your interactions. You feel me? By what
Mm.
you're sharing, by how you're talking to me. Because I've been a stripper since 2012. I know a trick when I see a trick. So it's like there's going to be certain ways that you're going to interact if you're an actual talent or not.
Right.
And then if
Right.
you're a talent who think you're top notch shit and you're going to come at me crazy, I'm going to little dick you bad because I don't need your dick on camera at all. At all.
Is there any kind of content that you try to stay away from? And if
Um,
so, what is it and why?
I definitely wouldn't be into no brutality type of content,
Okay.
especially not male on female. Now female on male brutality, I'm with that shit. Obviously, the dom in me would love to beat a nigga down, right? Like, but the opposite way is because obviously a PTSD moment. I used to watch my mom get beat. So to see that as or have me be a no, no. I said at a very young age, men would never hit me.
No, I get that. I definitely get that.
So that is the only one that I'm just like, ugh, no. Everything else, like, I'm cool with it.
Okay.
But male on female brutality is a no for me.
Um.
I literally
So
did a guy because he was slapping bitches in his videos. You slap me, I'm slapping you back. On camera, off camera.
Nah, I get it.
So
What's been the most surprising or unforgettable moment in your journey of femdom and femdom?
so I had a customer who wanted a session, and he asked me what size toys I have. And here I go, I bring out my biggest toy because he said he likes them big. He said, "Man, that shit's little." I'm like, "Okay, well, you can stop at the store, you can bring something." What he brung and what he had me put up his ass is insane. It was literally this big, around,
Yeah.
like this long. And he got balls deep on it. Like all the way down to the bottom of that toy. And I was just sitting there like, at this point I started encouraging him. "You're doing such a good job. You 50. Look
I mean, yeah. What else you gonna do?
at you taking all of that, shoving all of that up there."
Bless his heart.
And,
Um,
and he let me record it.
and he recorded even better.
Real one. No face, no
Even better.
asshole getting ripped open.
So speaking of asshole getting ripped open, what is the fascination with pegging?
Mm, I I don't really I personally do not have a fascination with pegging. Okay, not at all. It does not do nothing to arouse me. It does not do anything for me in any way, except for the domination of the man.
Okay.
That's it. Um, I much rather have an ass whooping session. Like I much rather beat you with toys and things like that than to peg you. Like if I had to choose, right? You're
Yeah.
like, which one are you gonna choose? I like to beat motherfuckers. Period. Pegging
Okay.
is, that's more of, if that's what you want, we can do that. Because I had someone who wanted me to beat him. I had a great time that night, but like then the pegger came and it was like, oh god.
All right. We have a few more, and then we're gonna get the fuck up out of here.
Okay, okay,
I'm gonna throw another one in here because I need to know something. But
sounds good.
um, with the algorithms and the censorship and the you can't do this, but this person over here could do that. How have you navigated that aspect of social media as far as like because like I'm not even gonna hold you. I've my pages get nuked. My whole Facebook's been gone for a couple months now. Just woke up and shit just gone. And I don't really post anything crazy. I really, really don't because I've learned through other situations just not to, right? I don't even try to tempt fate anymore, right? But it seems like there is a strategic war against people who are in the sex work industry. No, no, no. I'll into porn. If you're an OF girl and you have millions of followers, you can do what the fuck you want. But if you're on this side and you're brown and you do, porn or fetish and your areola is showing, not your nipple, just you're gone. How have you navigated this, especially since a lot of your stuff is modeling on your pages? Like, how have you navigated that?
So one, right? I told you I lost that Facebook page that had organically all them followers, right? And actually, social media, they steal them. That's why you get nuked. You have so much reach, so much juice that they take it and sell it. Right?
Mm.
Ain't no way you just deleted a page that had 280,000 reach. And I wasn't doing nothing but being funny. So I've learned that different platforms, I can be different selves, right? So like Facebook, I'm as vanilla as you're gonna get me.
Okay.
And people still say I say wild shit. And it's like,
Listen, I wasn't even posting pictures. I'll just say some wild, like some wild memeish type deal, and people be like, "Yo, you crazy," and I'm like, to me, this is regular. Like this is normal. But okay, if you say so.
right.
Um,
It's like, wait till you see what I say in person.
type shit.
So I just be different personalities on different platforms. Like that's why on Instagram, if you look, I rarely make an actual post. I always post on my story.
Same, but they started fucking with me on my story as well.
They
Um,
only messed with me one time for my story, and that was because I posted something else. And I kind of looked at it and I was like, "Oh, should I?" And I shouldn't have. If I had,
there's two instances. If I have to say, should I? I'm not gonna do it.
it was a
If
rare. So I thought I wouldn't. If it's already on this platform and y'all
yeah,
already allowed it, why me sharing it? And I'm also tagged in it. Why me sharing it? Did it get
get you flagged. Yeah,
the
I've
story?
had that happen.
And I was banned from live. Even though I don't go live on Instagram. I don't go live anymore at all. Honestly, losing that one platform, and it took like my business pages and all of that. I have not been social media focused. If
Right.
if you look at the list I got to do for Mocha, yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. The Facebook had my super vanilla. I'm talking about people I've known for years, family, you know, it had nothing to do with over here. They went and like it was like they were like, if your hands is in it, we're nuking it all.
Don't connect them.
I didn't connect them.
Okay. Because that's what I did. And I took my Instagram, both my Instagrams and both of my Facebook pages all in one sitting. So
All right. It's a tough world. I just did a
I literally got in trouble for having a bodysuit on, long sleeve pants suit.
I can show you pictures on my page right now that they have flagged, and I'm like, wait, what? Just wild.
Yeah, I can't
Okay,
the swimsuit pic on Facebook. Like I know not to do that.
what? And you got body.
Thank you. I
You
did
got body.
I did invest in it a little, right? I'm an honest person. I did pay for myself to get a tummy tuck, but outside of that, everything else is organic.
Oh, I ain't even looking at your tummy. That's not my go-to thing.
I'm taking it for a butt man.
Oh my God, 100%, 100%.
Um, I keep getting BBL accusations, and it's like I can show you my receipt. No BBL.
I mean, at this point, who really gives a fuck? Because I know people going up every year. They're under the knife, and I'm like, okay, do you? But it's whatever.
I
What
very regular place. That's why.
what advice would you give a woman looking to get into the industry? I
Um,
know you said about partners, but what else?
honestly, because people ask me, not even ask me, but more or less, they be like, I don't see how you can do it. And,
Okay.
right? I look at myself every day and I am perfectly happy with who I am and what you can find about me, right?
Mhm.
So that would be my advice. Make sure that you're doing what you truly think or what you truly, not even think, feel, what you truly feel is right for you. So then you can look in the mirror because it comes with hate. period. It comes with hate. Do you know how many actual clients I lost for my hair business? Because
I can believe it. Well, even for me doing photography.
My male clientele went like this. Yeah. Because girlfriends was like, fuck no. Okay, time out. Let me tell you this story. Because this is a good one. So I was traveling to do hair. So I traveled to Erie, PA, where I'm originally from, right? So I do this person's hair. It's a dude. Start his locks. Boom. I done traveled there like 3 times. So within the 3 times, he done got his hair done. Each time I've traveled, right? So with me traveling to him, he ended up saying, I got something to talk to you about. I said, okay, sure. What's up? He said, so my girl was showing me a video, or no, take that back, rewind. The girl texted him like, I want to suck your dick like this. Guess who it was?
Okay.
He turned around and looked at me and said, why would you do that? And I'm just like, he it's like, bro, somebody got to do it. Or y'all want to have nothing to watch, right? So never did his hair again ever after that. And we could just know.
His choice or your choice?
I'm sure he probably admitted to his girlfriend. Or she either figured out, bitch, fuck no. Fuck
So
no.
I had a similar story, except for I wasn't doing no one's hair. I knew this girl since her birth, right? Like I was always older, like almost like an older brother type shit. So I'm minding my own business and I get a text from her and she's like, hey, I got a question to ask you. I was like, all right, what's up? She's like, do you have a video of you fucking 2 girls? And I was like, me? A video of fucking 2 girls? And I was like, I don't know. The civilian side of me was like, nah. Like, no, what are you talking about? She's like, are you sure? It's like, it's a light-skinned girl and a white girl. I was like, a light-skinned girl and a white girl? Now I had to think about it for a second. I was like, oh. She's like, yeah, you wearing this shirt that says, and she's telling me, describing
Because
me.
watched it.
And so I was like, yeah, my bad. She's like, I'm okay. It just traumatized me for a second because you are who you are to me, type deal. So later on, I was like, okay, how did you stumble on this video?
What did you just say earlier? Algorithm.
No, it wasn't that. The dude she was talking to saw the video and liked the video and sent her the video, not knowing that she. So yeah, so that's how she found out. So yeah, so I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But you said something very, very. I want to reiterate how you feel about yourself because you know what's out there. I normally tell people as long as you could pass every mirror in your home, every mirror in during your life, and you can still see who it is that you are, who am I to tell you anything differently?
When I just went to that Chicago Exotica, right? Which was very fun because I got to work a booth. That was my first time working a little booth, which was fun. An older lady afterwards, like, was like, you know how it be afterwards. Everybody then went back to the hotel. People filming, people doing. Older lady outside because we smoking outside, right? She said, "When you get older, you won't act like this."
Mm.
I said, respectfully, how old am I? So she guessed. She guessed. She thinks I'm 25. And wrong. Secondly, it's not an act. I'm not acting. This is me as a person. This is me fully clothed. This is me naked. This is me in a two-piece. This is me in basketball shorts and a long sleeve shirt. This is me. And then I also explained to her, I own a 6-figure business. I'm doing what I want, not what I need or can. Doing what I want, respectfully. So that's what it be. People look at this as a phase in our lives.
And I got into this in a later phase of my life. Man, I was literally just talking to someone and they were like, yo, you've lived many different lives. I'm like, yeah, I get bored easily.
You're supposed to. Yeah. Yeah. There's new shells and new all outside. I don't
All
like
right.
the same life year after year, respectfully.
So this is my last crazy question. We're gonna get the fuck up out of here.
It hasn't been crazy yet, but go ahead.
Well, my crazy question. It's my queen.
Okay, go ahead.
Would you consider yourself a size queen?
As in like sizes of penises? I,
Yeah, we don't call them that, but yeah.
is that what you're asking? Like I'm trying to
Yes.
make because I never heard that term before. You see, we talked about that. I've never heard a term size queen before. Like
Okay.
so I'm like guessing because I'm a good guesser. No. I know respectfully y'all saw that 11.5-inch thing drilling me over and over and over again. I am not big on that. I'm big on the passion, the pleasure, and
Which was another thing that drew me to you. I felt that.
yeah, it's not a size thing at all. Honestly, like going down my roster, the guy with the smaller one is like my favorite person to have sex with. Um and I think it's because I can show out, you know? Like a big ass dick just be like, "Ah, you can't do nothing but take that."
Do it again. Do it.
It's like, ah, fuck. You literally can't do anything but take that. So I kind of like a medium average size, honestly. And I've recently just learned that by leaving that horseman.
Uh, okay. Okay. Not well because and it's not crazy. It's probably not crazy, but to everybody else, trust me, they'd be like, "Yo, you ask some wild questions." It's not really that wild. Because everyone assumes because you're in this industry that that's what you want.
No, like literally because I'm a porn star, I've had to tell the guys who I've been entertaining, relax. I like normal sex. I just like for it to get recorded. It
Listen, I've had some girls try to show out. I'm like, baby,
could be
there's
regular.
not a camera here. We're good.
Literally, it's like you're trying to show out when you could just do your best. Like, show me that. Cause then what if you do all of this and then the next time you come around is mid
It's some bad shit.
and then like it just keep getting midder and midder every time you come, like I'm not gonna want you no more.
Right. No, fact. I had one of the last situations I had. She just kept comparing herself to other people. I'm like, listen, that
Yeah.
shit's annoying. That shit's annoying as fuck.
Hmm.
I'm not thinking about all the other dudes that you fuck. I don't give a fuck.
It's my turn.
How
Respect.
many nuts you bust? Cool. That's my resume. Like, I don't care about the other shit. She's like, my bad. I just, want to make sure I'm for
If I wanted,
and
if I wanted to do them, I would have reached out and set that up and did them. You're here.
and the thing is, like you said, for me, a lot of the best part of the sex now is the passion and the intimacy. So even when I have a co-star and she brings the passion, we're locked in. That's my shit.
Yeah.
If you just coming over here going through the motions, I'm okay. I'll make the scene what it is, but other than that, I'm good.
Right.
Now you bring some passion. Hey, when can you spin the block?
Right. Absolutely. So that's what it is for me. I'm definitely not a size queen because I've had people be like, mine's is little, and it's like, what's little? Like, because who are you comparing this to? I'm
Yeah.
5'1" woman, and I only weigh like 155, 160. I don't need all that. And guess what? My vagina grips. So whatever size you put in there, it's gonna fit.
All right, so
Huh?
with I almost it was almost like I heard a purr for a moment. So I was oh okay. So
I'm just
go
saying,
ahead. This is your moment
respect.
to talk your shit. Tell the fans where they can find your stuff at, what you got going on, some upcoming plans, events, collabs, all that. This is your moment to speak.
Okay, so anywho, guys, Wild Child Tayy on all platforms.
With
Honestly,
two eyes.
two eyes, don't fucking forget it. Um, and I will not give you guys my Facebook because I'm vanilla. So, and that is my actual persona. So, the best way to find everything I do is to go to my Instagram, Wild Child Tayy with two Y's, and click that link tree in my bio, and it'll take you to all the other fun, spicy stuff like loyal fans, my Twitter, my private Snapchat, my Cash App, shit like that. Secondly, right now, me and my bestie are about to go to the Exotica in Miami. I heard it's more fun than work, and I kind of need that.
Yes.
I need that. I need that. Respectfully, I've been
You
grinding.
should just, did you go to X-Men's?
I did not because
If you went to X-Men's, that would have been way better. I used to call it
you
my
don't
like porn
bring,
vacation.
bring medium rare coochie to the porn set.
Wait, what?
It was Shark Week. So
Uh
respectfully, I was gonna be.
you were supposed to go though, right?
I was gonna go until I realized it aligned with Shark Week, and I had hella people wanting to work, and it was like
Yeah.
but me and my best friend are gonna go take over Exotica in Miami. Hopefully, get a couple tickets of work in there, see at least market and collab, and really just have fun because I'm not going as an exhibitor this time. But then right after that, when I come back, I'm gonna be dancing because I am also an exotic dancer. So I'll be dancing.
You don't take no breaks, huh?
No. And in between all of that, I'll be doing hair and being a fucking mom. So there's that. But on July 5th, I'll be in Manhattan on Pipe's boat party. And this
Okay.
I think
The
this is
PWD or whatever. Mm-hmm.
yep. Um, and after party that. But outside of that, I think that's all that's right now. I can't
I hear someone told me you might be at FetCon too. I don't know. I just heard.
I keep getting told I should. So as long as everything is everything, I don't see why not. Like Mocha puts it on my schedule and I'm usually game. And that's why I'm glad that I live the life I live because as far as like work, I don't have to call off. I just don't mark that I'm gonna work that day.
Yeah, no
So
facts.
literally, most likely I will definitely. She keeps telling me that I need to go, so I'm gonna most likely listen to her.
It's a good thing. That's where I got that from.
Okay. Yes. I probably should go. Um, I don't see why not. I believe it's on my schedule.
All right. So you heard of Wild Child Tay with two Y's. All right. This has been a phenomenal episode of Whatever by Hektek by yours truly, me. Like I said, I'm going to stop introducing myself because my name's in the fucking title. So you figured it out. Remember, go to HD Nation Network on YouTube. HD Nation Network. I have 2 shows on there. I have Whatever by Hektek, which is the podcast, and I have Beyond Pixel, which I'm rating different stuff. Like I said, I just rated the album that was recently released. Go check that review out. That is dropping. It'll be out by the time this is out. Um, and that's pretty much it. I have got back in the swing of doing some photo shoots and some content. So this week is very packed full with a couple of ladies that are coming through, they're gracing themselves and their presence in front of my cameras. So I'm very appreciative of that. Um, and we're about to get out of here. So remember, keep those loyal that are loyal to you, keep those close that are close to you, and just don't do anything that you don't want to do. And we're out. With 2 eyes. 2 eyes.
Two.